Marvel, DC, Marvel, DC, Marvel, DC, DC, Marvel.
No, read image.
We create our own realities and words.
That's disgusting.
Hello.
That's disgusting.
Hello. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Geek Chat. Welcome to the Geek Chat. Welcome to the Geek Chat.
The Geek Chat.
Hey everybody, and welcome to an all-new edition of The Geek Chat. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm your host, Rich, and with me is my co-host,
Desmond.
Hi. Welcome, everyone. We want to say that we're really thankful for you to be joining us and listening to us talk about all things geeky with comic books. You can listen to us live every Monday from 6 to 7 here on MixLR. Everything goes to the SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher on Tuesdays between 12 and 2. And now you can check us out on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe. It was a good week for comics, kind of. Do you think so?
I do think so.
Yeah.
A lot of number ones. A lot of... There's a lot of... I think the Marvel is really... the Marvel properties are really going into full swing right now. So
yes.
I'm just like, yes, it really... Again, I'm going to harp a little bit, but I do think that I'm a little sad that the Secret Wars stuff still hasn't finished, because I think, like, the longer it waits, the more it's not going to matter.
I agree 100% that... Unfortunately, I've talked to many customers that they wanted to wait until Secret Wars was over to start these new number ones, and you really shouldn't. There really is nothing that was, so earth-shattering that Marvel felt they had to push it out. So, and with all the new ones taking place 8 months later, they put their own little, buffer zone in.
And that's fine. Like, I think that's great that they did that. But at the same time, if you have like a universe shattering event,
You'd want to finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, it has not stopped the Marvel machine from printing and running away with the number, like most of the number the number ones were always in the number 10 slots. It's like crazy. Like, Marvel at this point can do no wrong. It's really weird.
They can and they are, but right now I think that they're just dominating. They're really slaying the
competition.
What did they used to call it? Distinguished competition. Remember, they would never refer it to as DC. They would do the distinguished competition.
Nah.
Hey, I forgot to mention that you can also find us on Instagram. So when you go to Stitcher, when you go to all those, make sure you look for The Geek Chat and always come to our Facebook page, The Geek Chat group, and you can interact with Des and I and all our many followers. They're really great people, and tell us what you're reading, what you think we should be reading, and we'll definitely form a nice little community of geeks. So I want to talk about our first book that came out. I've got some opinions, as usual, about it. It's Star-Lord #1.
I actually enjoyed it.
I'm of two minds of it. So let's get this out of the way, of course.
Are you a man with two brains now?
I am. I'm like...
so Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. I was thinking Phantom X.
No.
How many brains does he have now?
3, I think.
3? But they all got separated. But we don't know if that's going to matter still.
Who knows?
We'll find out in January in the all-new Uncanny X-Men.
Doom, merged them all together.
That would be cool.
No, it wouldn't.
No. So, Year 1, Chapter 1, Free Falling of Star-Lord was written by Sam Humphries. Artist is Javier Garon. Colorist is Antonio Fabella with Frank DeMarta. Letter is VC's Joe Carmagna. So, Star-Lord. This is the tale right after his mom dies.
I like that. Star-Lord.
So
that little humph kind of sums up your whole thought about this book.
You
know that, right?
You
know
is.
that.
Why don't you tell me? I'll tell you my opinion after you tell me yours.
Why?
Because mine's gonna. You go, Mr. Contrarian.
I am not a contrarian, says the contrarian. Anyway, I liked the artwork. I thought the artwork was really good. I thought it was very strong. I understand what they were going. Understood specifically what was going on every page. I thought that was really, the colors were fantastic. Now the book itself, I was not expecting it to be an origin story, so to speak. I really was hoping that it was not going to be that. I was hoping that it's going to be more about Peter Quill's stuff, with what's going on with him and Kitty Pryde and stuff like that. But it seems like Marvel now has, at least in my mind, has resigned to have that happen in the Guardians of the Galaxy book,
which disappoints me.
I agree too, because I really was hoping that this book, the Star-Lord book, would be about their relationship and not so much about a rehashing of his origin. Having said that, I did like this sort of pseudo Captain Kirk. He's like the reimagining of Captain Kirk that J.J. Abrams did with the new Star Trek movie. His representation here kind of reminds me of that, in which he's very like brash, and he's angry, and like I get it. He
Another
wants to
angry
go,
character.
Yeah, and he wants to go and find the people who killed his mom. Like I get his motivation and everything, but it's like, do we really have to see this again? You know, especially since we just saw a movie about it.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever.
So when we reviewed Guardians of the Galaxy 1, I had mentioned I was disappointed because I was hoping we would have a Star-Lord free book, considering he has his own book, and now we know why he's in Guardians of the Galaxy still, why they have to be with him and all this, because this is going to be another origin tale. Now, I agree, the art, this guy is really good, and I don't think he's going to stay on this book for long, because
he's a really strong artist.
Remember how much I love Valerio Shitti, when he was on a book no one read, and then he went to the X book, and then like they gave him bigger
assignments. No, I get it.
So I have a feeling that this person will not be on this book for long. They're going to put him on. I'd love to see him on an Avengers book or one of the new X books, maybe instead of Greg Land.
I mean, his facial expressions were amazing.
Yeah. You can see eyeballs, and
yeah.
I love eyeballs. George Perez. Oh my God, I'm blanking on his name. Phil Jimenez. They both draw eyeballs, and I love the fact you can
Rags
see.
Morales is the same thing.
You can see the color of their eyeballs.
Mm-hmm. That's the one thing that like really drew me to the book, is the artwork, you know, and what's going on. But again, the whole, you know, Rogue, I get it, but I just wish it wasn't an origin tale. That's the one thing that really kind of,
You wanted it now.
well, yeah, you know, they set
I
up
would
such
like
a
that.
really good precedent with what was happening with him and Kitty Pryde, that I was really hoping that, again, Star-Lord was going to be about that, and it was going to be about their relationship, with them trying to reconcile the fact that he is a king and she's like the new Star-Lord and stuff like that. But if it's going to be like glossed over or very sparingly touched upon in the Guardians of the Galaxy, I think it's doing a disservice. But
So my idea, or my opinion of this book, is it's not needed. Now here's why. Guardian of the Galaxy was a great movie. Right after that, Marvel decided that every character is going to get their own book, except for Gamora. Go figure. The only female doesn't get a book.
she'll get her book.
She will. That's the word. You will. But they've made a really good effort. We've had a Star-Lord. We've had a Groot. We've had a Rocket. We have now a Drax. And now we have another Star-Lord. We're going to have a Rocket and Groot.
I would say all penises, but we're not sure about Groot.
Right.
So.
So I find that the Guardians work better as a team when they play off each other. Like, you play off Drax's lack of understanding the English human language.
Yes.
I get it. You want to make sure that these characters each get their own book because they do have fans. Do we need a book for all of them? Like that? I don't know how long this is going to last. Should we put bets on how long
It's not going
Star-Lord
to last. I mean, I think Star-Lord has a longer shelf life than like the Drax book or the Rocket book or anything like that, because I think those are just like niche books.
Like the Drax book, I enjoyed it, but I can't see it going on a year. There's just not enough to pull out of him.
I agree.
Now, that said, I'm going to say something. Marvel understands how to make their money, how to translate their movies into dollars. And this is where I'm pissed off at DC. The clueless leaders of DC don't realize they have a property on TV right now with no comic book. You could have got an out of the park book, get rid of that panty shield, make a great book to go with the TV show. It doesn't have to be like the TV show, but they lost an opportunity. We're already in February ordering, and there's no Supergirl book. I mean, that should be noted in their files.
I would agree. Like, I would have loved to have been reading a Supergirl book at this point.
Yes. It was just that stupid. Now, where Marvel does it, and here I'm saying it's not needed, Supergirl, come on. That's dumb.
No, I agree 100%. I think that I would have liked to have read. Well, it's going to happen. I mean, it has
Way
to happen.
too late, but yes.
I mean, it has to happen. But again, I do wish that it was sooner. So what other books did you like, Rich?
So I want to talk about a Vertigo book called Red Thorn.
Yeah, that was, again, solid art. Solid art for the book. I don't know so much about the story, though.
I like the story. What didn't you like about it? So let's get this out of the way first.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So we're reviewing Red Thorn #1, one of the new Vertigo books, $3.99. Written by David Battil, we'll say. Megan Hetrick was the artist. The colorist is Steve Zliff, I guess. And the letterer is Todd Klein. And it's funny, they give special thanks to Peter Gross and Mike Carey, who wrote some great books for Vertigo back in the day. This book is about a woman who's searching for her sister. She has the ability to draw things, and they come to life, and she will not draw humans anymore. But she ends up drawing a human in a really cool way in this. She meets a guy in a Nirvana.
Why doesn't she draw humans anymore?
You tell.
Well, why don't you tell? Because I know it was a scene in the movie that you really liked.
We watched a movie?
No, it's a scene in the comics, that you liked. Comics are like movies to me, people. That's how I view them.
Which one are you talking about?
At the beginning. Now you're just being coy.
I am.
If you could see his face right now, he's
I
being
don't know
coy.
what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
No, go ahead.
She drew a person when she was in school, and the person came to life.
And stabbed the teacher in the eye with the pencil she drew her with. That was awesome.
Which leads me to believe, does all of her creations go crazy and kill people?
Well, no, because the sheriff didn't. Yeah, we don't know if he did, but she drew him asleep, remember?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sucking on his thumb.
The whole book
This is a good book.
was so good. It talks about gods walking among mortals, and then it shows Thorn. And Thorn is the very attractive gentleman on the cover.
It's like Celtic roots or something.
Yeah, the different symbols, the runes. This is a really good, slightly horror bent. The art was, like you said, really strong. I don't know where this person came from, but this is a great book. I give this book like 5 stars.
That was the only thing about it was because it just seemed I was just a lot more confused when I was reading it, and I like,
And the plant guy with a penis.
yeah, the chubby plant guy with the weird penis. Yeah, there you go, Charles. But it was just very something about the book. Just I don't know. I'm probably gonna pick up the second one. Paul really liked it, so I'm probably gonna pick up the second one to see what's going on.
Well, your
it's a
husband
limited
has
series,
good
right?
taste.
Yeah, it's a limited series, right?
You know what? I don't know.
Oh well, who knows?
I don't
It's
know.
a Vertigo series, so most of them are
Ongoing, I think.
I thought they weren't ongoing anymore.
I don't know.
But
We'll find out and bring it to you. But I think you should pick this book up. I really do.
yeah, and it's a #1. It's a #1. If you like that occult mystery type of stuff, then you will definitely enjoy it.
Got some sex and some boobies in it.
Sex and
Little something
boobies.
for everything, really.
Yes.
Not everything, everyone. So what did you like?
What did I like?
What was the book that made you go,
The book that made me go, I gotta read it. I gotta see this. I wanna see what's going on.
I hope that's not a trademarked song or copyrighted song.
I don't know what I was singing.
Okay, good.
I actually liked Extraordinary X-Men #2. I thought it was pretty good. A bit angsty in some spots, but other than that, I kind of liked it. So Extraordinary X-Men #2 is, I don't know why they're not having any other of the other X books now. I don't
Because
Like, I'm annoyed by that because
They
I wanna
delayed
see-
them all.
I understand
They
that.
delayed them all.
But it makes this book kind of like it seems like this book needs those other books to work.
With
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm kind of like, why didn't you just delay all of them and have them all come out at the same time?
So we get
Because-
all new X-Men in December, and we get the new Uncanny X-Men in January.
yeah.
So that's and each one is going to be, I believe, double shipped a month.
Ugh.
Because I've already ordered up to number 5 on this X-Men book. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, and so the writers are Jeff Lemire.
Hey, you got it right.
I was been practicing in the shower. Penciler is Humberto Ramos. Inker is Victor Ulazaba. And the colorist is Edgar Delgado. Letterer is VC's Joe Carmengana. Extraordinary X-Men number 2. This team is trying to find their footing. It's got 8 X-Men: Storm, Iceman, Ileana, Colossus, Cerebra, which is Forge.
That was cool.
Yeah,
I'm
Forge.
glad they brought Forge back.
Yeah, Forge built a Cerebro
Into
housed into a Sentinel's body, and it is Cerebra now, which is awesome. Which makes me think, is there another, where's the other Cerebro at? Is that the one that one of the other X-Men teams has?
I don't know. We'll find out in a month.
Then you got Nightcrawler, Sansa Tail, Jean Grey, and Logan. Though Jean Grey and Logan have not joined yet, but we get to find out a little bit more about what's going on in Logan's story.
So here's
because-
what's weird.
Go ahead.
How come we have Storm, Iceman, Colossus, Nightcrawler, but Ileana is not magic? Why would they put her first name? Why isn't it Aurora, Bobby, Ileana, Peter? Why is she not magic anymore?
No.
Why would you not put magic?
She's not. She's Ileana Rasputin now.
No more code names. Code names be damned.
No, certain people don't need a code name anymore, I guess.
She's magic.
No, she's not.
She
She's
is.
Ileana now.
She's magic.
No, just like Jean Grey is not Marvel Girl or Phoenix or Storm or Storm. Marvel Girl, Phoenix
Or Storm.
that was my. Sorry. Wolverine is not Logan, obviously, because he doesn't even want to be Wolverine. In
Yeah,
this,
and they go into it in this issue.
which I thought was really cool that they actually that Jeff actually said we're not gonna have him forget anything that happened in Old Man Logan, nor what happened. I'm assuming in what happened in Secret Wars. We're just not gonna talk about it because it's not over yet. But we're gonna have him have his PTSD, for lack of a better term, because of what he did to the X-Men. He doesn't want to repeat that. At least that's how I took it when I read it. Was he does not want to repeat that future. So he's like, I can't be with you guys. Leave me alone. I don't want to see you. Goodbye.
That is a really cool way for Marvel to say, hey, this is what's in the Old Man Logan trade. Go buy it. They're giving you a little glimpse in case you didn't read it, and everyone should read it. It's really
Exactly.
good. I like that they did that. I mean, it's page space and it's taking stuff up, but I still like the fact that they said, hey, in case you have no clue who this character is, we're going to give you a little bit why he's acting this way. Go find the book.
But it also made me wonder why Jean Grey went and found Logan.
I'm wondering if that's going to be their eternal, she understands, I believe she understands what has happened in the past and how maybe Scott and him fought over her. Maybe she feels a connection. I hope they do explain that later on.
Because there's it's going to be interesting to think about that age gap between them. Because
13-year-old Jean doing a 90-year-old Logan.
However, I think he would be. Yeah, I guess he would be in his late 90s now.
That
Almost-
is kind of creepy.
It would be weird.
Well, I mean, look what they did before to Xavier when he was all pining over her. That I found really creepy
That
back in
was
the
creepy.
day.
I would like it to be much more of a kind of like what Cable and Hope did when they were this kind of
father-daughter?
this kind of like weird father figure, mentor, mentee type of situation. I think that would be really cool. I did like the fact, and I knew that you would be happy when Mr. Sinister showed up.
Yeah, so that's one of the only reasons why I really like this book.
So we see that. So we have 3 different narratives going on. We have
more than 3. We have 4.
Well, only really 3 when you think about it, because it ended to. I mean, you have the first part when Storm and Iceman and Cerebro are trying to talk Logan into it.
Yeah.
Then you have the Rasputins trying to find Nightcrawler. Then you have Jean, which I thought was a fantastic thing. She comes to the aid of a mutant only to find out that the guy was an Inhuman and the Inhuman didn't want to see her. Awesome.
What does that say?
What? I don't know. Yes, dear Magic.
Uh huh.
And, oh,
She's
dude,
still using her code name.
no. He's old.
He's old.
That's right. He knows her from Magic. She's like, no, I'm Liliana now. Meow.
Okay, so we've been talking about spoilers, but the biggest reveal in this second issue was where they put the school. And I really liked it.
I thought that was awesome. I was not expecting the school to be in limbo.
Uh-huh. And the
Which
fact
is-
that she
wow.
needs to stay conscious, because if she gets knocked out, the demons come running. And I did not like the first issue, but I liked this issue. I think they're finding their footing. He really is. And the page of Wolverine and with all the dead X-Men, just really good book.
Yeah, what did you guys think? I know we have people in the chat on Facebook and on Mix Solar. What did you guys think of the X?
Well, we figured he would find it horrible.
Well, of course he would. But
Yeah, he's
yeah.
curmudgeon.
Yes, he's definitely curmudgeoned.
But we
but yes,
love him.
we do. Extraordinary X-Men number 2, I would say pick it up. And I really wish the other ones were coming sooner than just, the end of this month.
Well,
and
it does take Mr. Land it takes him a little longer to trace these things. So.
Stop that.
I know.
So what else did you like?
So let's talk about, let's stick with the Marvel books, the number 2s. We won't go to a number 1 yet. Let's go to the next number 2 that came out.
Uncanny
Inhumans.
Interesting. Again, I'm much more wanting to see the new Inhumans book that's coming out.
All new, because everything's all new. All new Inhumans.
I want to see that one. I wasn't too impressed with the Uncanny Inhumans.
So let's get this out of the way. As always, Uncanny Inhumans from Marvel, number 2, written by Charles Soule. Steve McNiven is the penciler. Jay Leston is the inker. Sunny Glow is the colorist, and VC's Clayton Cowles did the lettering. Yeah, this book, pretty to look at. The story took 2 turns. Interesting that we were just talking about all new X-Men, all new Inhumans, and one of the stars in that book was supposed to be Gorgon. But will he be around for that?
Of course, they're gonna fix the timeline, but I mean, I love seeing Kang, but honestly,
Now that reveal,
this was not. I hate to say it, but for me, this was not McNiven's best work.
oh no, it looks rushed.
Something about it just did not. It just didn't inspire me, or just. It was a good. I mean, I don't know. This was a hard read for me. Like I don't. Like it just seems like manufactured love between Johnny Storm and Medusa, like just to cause drama. I don't know why. And then
I know. Are we gonna get the sister's viewpoint of how all this is happening? What Crystal thinks about now those two?
do you think she knows? Because
Mm.
Black Bolt didn't know when he came in, and Johnny Storm all flamed on and was like, "Oh no!"
It's so funny. Flamed on.
Flamed on. He did. He was like, "Flame on," and she was like, "Power down." And then when Black Bolt all was like
Snuff the flame out.
yeah, he's just like, you pointed at him, and he's like, "My heart."
Whoa.
And then snuff the flame out I thought was like, that was interesting, but it's like, what's going on with them? What's going on?
I liked
I don't
it.
know.
I liked it. I'm definitely going to keep reading it. I think it's interesting that Beast is there, and I love how Beast was coming in, and
The War Council, is that what they called it?
Yeah. Well, he is. What did they call him? He's a advisor.
Yeah.
With them because he's trying to figure out why the Terrigen mist are killing or sterilizing or whatever.
Correct. So
So
he's
now
like,
he's thrown into this family drama,
no,
and
yeah.
I'm like, okay.
But I like that. He's like, hey, the X-Men are not going to be my peeps anymore. I'm going to the Inhumans. And I guess he was welcomed with open arms. So
Yeah. And the reveal of who Kang was at the end,
yes,
or the
you're-
future Kang, or a Kang from somewhere.
a Kang. Remember, Kang can be anybody at this point.
And he was Aruha, however do you pronounce his name?
I don't know how to say his name, but so I don't know what's gonna happen. It seems like with this reveal on issue 2, do you think this is gonna wrap up in the next issue or the 4th issue? Because this seems to be the story seems to be moving fairly quickly.
Yeah, I would say another couple.
Really? I don't think
Yeah.
it's gonna. Well, it just depends on what happens when he confronts his son in the next issue. So don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the story. It was just kind of a little bit much to get through. So,
I can understand that.
but it wasn't bad. It was not bad. I just really wish that Steve McNiven went back to his old style. Or I know artists evolve and change, but
You know what it reminds me?
What?
For a while, wasn't Carlos Pacheco drawing something kind of similar where it took his style and made it much more, I don't want to say streamlined, but took away what we both really enjoyed out of Pacheco's art.
I think he broke his hand though. I think it was one of the
Really?
reasons- I think I have to go back and check, but I think the reason why his style changed because I think he hurt his hand or something. So, but if you look at, which is funny because if you look at his stuff that he did at the beginning, like Avengers Forever, when he was very fluid, everything was a lot more rounded, and then he got much more during the Captain America run. It was much more homogenized. I mean,
What did he do late for what we
And
both,
then
was it Squadron Supreme or
Squadron-
Sinister, whatever they called
Squadron
it?
Sinister was the last thing, and you could see
His
him
old
going
style.
back.
It
His-
looked great.
Yeah, his style was starting to go back to the way it was.
I really
so-
hope that we know McNiven is not going to be on this book for long. I would love to see Carlos Pacheco take over for this book.
Now that would be amazing if he took over for any of them. Great, and I loved the artwork that Brandon Peterson was doing for the all new. That's why
That's different from his old stuff too.
much more fluid. Because if you notice, his original stuff was a lot almost sound like computer generated or something like that. And to actually see it much more, his stuff was always very rendered, and now it looks much more rounded and lifelike. So, which is interesting because you see, if you look at, Brandon Peterson's Arcanum and his original stuff that he was doing for Top Cow or Image, how it went from this very, computer generated look to his covers, which was very computer generated, to this now much more
Natural.
softer,
Yeah.
natural look. I think we should do that one time. Is just kind of have a do something with a looking at art. How,
90s, 2000s now.
Oh yeah, or just how a specific artist that we've followed for a long time, how their style has changed and or stayed the same. Because Perez and John Byrne are known for their specific styles.
Yeah, Perez, I was showing someone this weekend, a customer had come in, and I was showing him the new Teen Titans, and then I showed him his brand new stuff, Sirens, and you can see a subtle change between what he did back in the 80s versus what he did this year. That's a good one. We'll remember that. Do you want to continue on some number ones, or do you want to do the Titans Hunt?
Let's do Titans Hunt.
All right.
Because I want to get your take on this. I actually read this
Hey, I was right, too.
few times.
They revealed who it is. I was right.
I didn't get it.
Oh, no, this is a mishmash mess. I mean, this is them trying to... This is
didn't
them
get
saying... So let's get this out of the way, and then we'll talk about... We'll dissect this weird book. So it's Titans Hunt, number 2, from DC Comics, $3.99. Dan Abnett is the writer. Steven Segovia is the artist. Hi-Fi did colors. And Carlos M. Mangual did the lettering. This is DC, I think, trying to say, hey, we know we messed up. Let's try to fix it. Let's try to give the old readers something. Let's try to give the new readers something. And the end result is turning out to be confusing. Even though I know all these characters, it makes no sense in DC's own timeline, because in Wonder Woman, Donna Troy is dead. Yet here she is running around in this costume with, you've got your Atlantean Aqualad, who I don't read Aquaman, so I don't really know if Garth has shown up in the new 52. I stopped reading Aquaman after Jeff Johns left, even though we both admit we'll start reading it once he's back on it.
That's true.
We've got now. I started reading Red Hood and Arsenal when the new DC 52 launched. I don't recognize this Roy. I don't remember Roy being an alcoholic anymore, so I don't know when this takes place.
After. I read it for a while, and then I went back to it, and I guess something happened, and it was right when they all switched, when Starfire went onto her own thing, and then they kind of broke up the team. So, but yeah, I don't know what's going on. And as a person who whose first love was not the Teen Titans, I was just trying to be like, okay, I'm gonna get in here and I'm gonna see what's going on with this, and I want to support it because I got in the Teen Titans late, and I'm always interested to find out what's going on with the story about these characters who I don't really know. So like I know I recognize some of the characters, but like I don't know. Like it was just very confusing for me. It was the mishigash of just like weirdness. So I was just like, okay, maybe Rich can decipher some of this stuff. Like, and when they reveal, I didn't even get the reveal of who it is.
Who's what is?
The villain is. Like, I didn't.
Oh, they're not. It was DC gave it away in their solicits for February.
Okay, because I was just like, if there was something that happened in this book
No,
that gave it away, I
but
totally missed it.
I really did like the page though where Narc was doing the bat and the old. Back when Donna was Wonder Girl and she had the symbol and it was like the little eagle with the golden lasso around it, and the twister, that's the clue in this issue. And then you've got, Speedy. That was pretty cool that he's drawing all them. But then he went nuts and he spread the dark thing on his eyes, but on the next page it kind of disappears, and I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I really hope that when this is over, and I think it's 6 issues long, it will come together a little bit better.
I'm surprised that Charles didn't like it. I'm shocked.
Well, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
It's just so weird that I don't understand DC anymore. We talk about Marvel in the car over. We were talking about shared universes in TV properties. When you look at their comic books, DC has the craziest idea now of their world because there's so many different things and so many different comics that don't match up, supposedly on one world. And I don't understand what DC's goal is anymore. I know they're trying, and I'm giving them a lot of credit because they are trying to put out some good stuff. But you already retconned something over and over and over. Can we just have one? And not this. I don't want this. That's my problem.
Meh.
They're trying, though. I will say, giving us Titans Hunt, even though it makes no sense in
the current 52.
The current 52, don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't either. But hey, you'll read it.
I will continue to read it. You're not. You're done. You're done.
I'm kind of done with it. I'm sorry. I just was like I had no idea what was going on, and I'm like, ah.
So.
And was Bumblebee pregnant?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
And then was Mal doesn't have he has, like, is he going to get his weird
the hornblower?
Yeah, is he going to get his stuff in his chest or
right.
Like I just didn't know what was happening. I really was just like, huh?
Well, to throw these characters at you when I don't know if they've appeared. I actually stopped reading Teen Titans as well. I stopped reading Teen Titans when Kenneth Rockerford left it.
Oh,
because I didn't understand what was going on anyhow. So I just want to say you're listening to the Geek Chat on MixLR. We're here every Monday from 6 to 7 live. If you miss us, you can always check us out on SoundCloud. You want to search for the Geek Chat. We normally post it between 12 and 2. Also check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Instagram, Tumblr, all under the Geek Chat. And now we're on YouTube, the Geek Chat. There's a couple of them, but we're the Geek Chat. Make sure you subscribe to us. We want to give a couple special thanks to Club Card Printing here in San Francisco. They print all our media, all our flyers and everything. Thank you. Gene Gilmet from RLT Press. He's the amazing artist that draws Me Trying to Kill Des. Such good stuff there. The mistress of the mix board, Terry Miller. Thank you. She does all the sounds you hear. And a special thank you to our biggest sponsor, Whatever Comics, located at
548 Castro Street between 18th and 19th in dark and sunny San Francisco.
Oh, it's cold. I love it.
Make sure you go to whateverstoreonline.com to find out all the new good stuff that you can order and order soon, and that you can get every Wednesday, which is New Comic Book Day.
And then check us out on Facebook under Whatever Store. Give us a like.
Yep.
So.
You did so well with that, Rich.
I know.
I'll give you a treat.
Ooh, just not one of them stinky things you got.
What?
Oh, they smell horrible. So, I want to talk about Huck.
I wanted to talk about Spider-Woman.
Let's talk about Spider-Woman.
Because the reason why I wanted to talk about Spider-Woman was because you actually kind of liked it.
I did. I hate that I liked it. Well, no, I liked aspects of it because I really do miss Jessica. I refused to read the last one. Refused.
I don't.
I refused because of Greg Land. That's the honest
This
truth.
why pregnancy thing is a gimmick.
That's what I find horrible about the book.
It's a gimmick.
But I enjoyed her.
Like, it's fine. Like it's just seems like such a gimmick. Like
It
I
is.
really want like a scene where
She wakes up.
no, where like Jessica Jones is like, really, girl, you know, you met this guy for like, you knew this guy for like a week and then you get pregnant, or have something like going like that, or have her completely judging her because it's like, first I have a baby, now you have a baby. Come on, girl. I mean, like I totally, like if you're going to do that, like I want that kind of cattiness or something between the superheroes. And I want like Carol Danvers to be like, I would never get pregnant. Are you kidding? I love too much swashbuckling and doing all that bullshit, you know? Like I would, some weird kind of like Sex in the City. And then we have Sue Storm, if she's not dead, saying like, I liked motherhood. It's been so much fun and blah, blah, blah. You know, like I want that.
I'd read that book.
Like I would read, like she has to have a baby shower episode, like an issue of a baby shower. Like I want to see that.
Okay, so Spider-Woman, #1, Marvel Comics, written by Dennis Hopeless. Javier Rodriguez. That is how you say it, right?
Yes.
Javier Rodriguez, penciler and color. Alvaro Lopez was the inker, and VC's Travis Lanham. He's new.
Yes.
Did the lettering. I haven't read his name before, have I?
I know. Welcome to VC.
Welcome to VC. So, in case you didn't know, Jessica Drew is pregnant. We don't know who the father is. They make a cute little joke that Carol sends. Who did she send over to get zapped?
She needs to go on Maury. That's what she needs to do. Find her baby daddy.
I liked the end reveal. It was a cute. I gotta say,
This whole book was a groaner for me.
I didn't want to like this.
This is a weird role reversal we're having right now.
I
you know that, right? Like
I loved the art with the guest stars, like Hellcat talking to Medusa. I loved the party scene. They have a little party scene, and it brings together all the Avengers. I think this is what I really liked. The fact that Marvel actually showed all the Avengers titles together having a party. I miss those. I miss those fun issues.
Okay, yes, that was a good part of the issue, but the overall like training Porcupine take over for her and just
I liked this is the part I really liked. The fact that Carol sent Tony over to find out who the father is. Loved it. But we're not learning. And now I don't know if I hope this doesn't get, if we go 12 issues without finding who the father is, I'm going to be pissed. Like, I want to know within the first 6. Tell me at the very end of this arc.
Are you serious? The first 6? I want to know like now. Like I don't string us on like that. Watch it be the Purple Man.
Right.
That would be so weird. You know? And it's just like Jessica's like, no.
Hey, our shtick is massacring names, Chales Thompson.
I don't know. I just think that it's just I just don't know what's going on. You know,
I thought it was cute.
At least she has a purpose now.
Yes, I do. I will say I miss reading about Jessica Drew, the non-pregnant, having fun Jessica. Since she was in my X-Men way back when, I've loved her, and even further back that when I read all those old reprints of the Steve Ilola stuff.
Yeah,
shout out to Mr. Steve Ilola.
I just don't know why, and it just doesn't seem organic.
Oh no, I agree with you
100%.
This is a gimmick. This is a what can we do with this character that no one can figure out what to do with since Brian Michael Bendis dropped her to write and then fill in the blank.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because Marvel was trying to make her something before the Avengers movie. They kept putting books out, and then all of a sudden Black Widow was in the Avengers movie, and Black Widow is the new woman, and poor Spider-Woman got pushed to the back.
And which was weird was I really liked that Bendis Alex Maleev book that they did. There was only 6 issues. Like I liked that book. I liked that take on her. I mean, granted, it seemed a lot like Alias, or they were trying to make her the new Jessica Drew, but
she is Jessica Drew.
No, the new Jessica Jones. Damn, Jessica's. But I'm just saying, making her the new
Jessica.
Jessica. But I don't know what's going on with this character right now. I am not going to read the number 2. Sorry. Just this
Killing
book
Des is loving Des.
Yep.
I like Killing Des.
This is not the book for me.
I
But
like
the book-
that. That was very nice. This is not the book for me.
The book that I really did like actually was Huck.
I enjoyed Huck. I got some
did.
cards about that too.
I really liked Huck. I think it's complete and utter bullshit that Mark Miller said that
Millar.
he had to write this book because of watching The Man of Steel. I was like, really? Come on. You've written so much more stuff that was much more
violent
and aggressive than that.
I agree with that
I mean,
statement.
granted, this is your Superman tale, and you didn't think that Superman should have been treated like that. I get the motivation for it, but really? I just, whatever. So who did this book?
Nipple twinking. Huck, number 1. It is from Image Comics. It's $3.50. You get a lot in it too. Written by Mark Millar. The artist is Raphael Albuquerque. The colorist was Dave McCaig. Nate Picos of Blambot did the lettering and the design. Blambot.
Not VC?
No, this is a new one. Blambot.
Oh my God. We always thought VC had a monopoly on letterers. I guess not.
I wonder if Blambot got pissed off and went over to Blambot.
Blambot got pissed off when
Well, no, the people that made Blambot were part of VC, and they're like, you know what? We don't want to be VC anymore. We want to be Blambot.
I want to see that. Like, I want to see what's happening. Like, do they meet at comic book conventions and rumble?
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go out. The Geek Chat's gonna go out live at the next convention coming here.
Yep.
And we are gonna talk to these letterers and this production stuff.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah, like I really think that there'd be like this weird kind of like letterer mafia or something, or like it's like the Sharks
letter
and the
mafia?
Jets,
They dance.
Well, with their pens. Oh, they're stabbing each other with like pens and shit. They're like, no, we are the letterers. They're like, no, we are the letterers. I don't know. That was a long way to say that we like this book.
I really liked this book, definitely. So basic premise: child is left on doorstep saying, love him, and boy grows up having to do a good deed a day, and he does. The thing is, he has special powers, and the whole town knows this, but they don't say it. You don't speak of it. And then someone speaks of it.
Well, yeah, and then
that nasty, can I say, bitch?
Yeah, it is a Superman mythos revisited. You've seen it all before. But what I like about this is how Mark Millar is always trying to add a real world spin to, the fantastic or superheroes. So you have the kidnapped girls
in Africa.
So you have that, and you have what if someone like Superman or a superhero went and saved them.
Yeah, but this is the one thing. He gets on a plane and immediately flies there while they're waiting for their trucks. I mean, that's a little bit of a stretch.
I mean, it's a comic book.
I know.
So, but yeah, it's like the first, because he can't fly, but he's super strong. He's fast, and he can. It looks like he could probably leap fairly. So he's like the original power set that Superman had.
And he breaks guns.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He's like, he has to do these good deeds. That's just his thing, and he doesn't do it for any glory or recognition or anything.
And they bring that up. One of the women, and the women I think that did it. Well, why doesn't he make money off this? Why do you get rich? Why do you have to get rich because you have these fantastic powers? That's what I hope they really do look at, because now we're going to get into the fame part.
Yeah.
And I like how maybe this is taking a look at, think about reality TV and why people get into reality TV. They do it to get rich, to get famous. And this guy, and I like how they call him slow. And around here, he just does things a different way.
Yeah. And that was the thing. I never really got that his character was slow or anything. It just seems like he was.
They had to
humble.
tell us that,
no,
right?
No, not even in his. It's like, I want to say it's kind of like Little Abner. It's like if Little Abner had superpowers. Is really what this reminds me of. You know who Little Abner is? And
I'm just trying to follow your.
Ask
going.
your husband. He knows who Little Abner is. So does mine. The musical is amazing, by the way.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it.
But yeah, it's a good book. Is it groundbreaking or anything like that? No, it's just another take on super. This will be Mark Miller's second take on the superhero mythos. First one was which was
Nemesis on
no,
Batman.
it wasn't Nemesis. It was
Nemesis was Batman.
Superior.
Okay, but Nemesis was Batman.
Yeah.
So it's not his first or second.
Well,
He does a lot of them. I just want to tell you, a great issue. I hope it's a mini. I cannot see this book continuing on though.
no, it can't continue on.
For me, I really don't care about so much him as a character as much as I care about what he's doing and how he fits into this town and the story. The book we really don't get a lot of insight with him.
No, that's
The
why you
book
don't
really
know,
is about a town.
Yeah, that's why you don't really know that he's like slow or anything. I mean, it's people are talking about him and you're seeing his actions. So it brings this other question about like what exactly, is this because all the things that we're seeing are just the people's reaction to seeing him and doing these things. So, who is he really?
Excuse me, Charles. That was a no.
No, he does not. I'm sure you could though. Anyway, the next book we're going to talk about is.
Oh, I want to talk about two at once. I mean, we can compare them.
Okay.
Because they're both. This is the thing Marvel's doing. I had a customer in on Friday and asked me about Ms. Marvel #1 because they could have swore they just got a Ms. Marvel, which they did like a month ago maybe. It was the last days. Marvel stopped all their books, did new #1s. So a bunch of people have been asking me, why are there new #1s? I thought it was, I didn't know it was going to be whatever. So here's this brand new #1.
I don't understand that question.
Well,
I don't understand why they would ask that.
Because some people that are new to comics don't understand the fact that Marvel or DC or Image really doesn't because it doesn't do stuff like this. Every couple of months, it seems, they reboot their universe to people. It gets a little confusing.
Not even reboot. They just give a new #1.
Yes.
Slaps it. It's a creative change. New #1. It's like, no, they just changed the creative team. Keep going.
They didn't on either of these books. That's the thing. Both of these books continue on from where the last book left off. That said, I like that in Ms. Marvel, it actually addressed, it addressed
Thank
the
you.
8-month gap in that she's lost her boyfriend or who she thought was going to be her boyfriend. I really like that.
Yes, it's very much. See, and I like this book, and I know some people are going to be like, I don't want to compare it to the other quirky Marvel's indie line, because they're not calling it indie line, because of like Miss Marvel and Squirrel Girl.
But this has nothing to do with those.
But I'm saying, like young female with powers having
Not white.
Well, not even that. It's just, but there seems to be a trajectory or things that they're trying to do with their lines when you think about it, because we've had way too many titles that are just not too many titles, but we just had a lot of titles. That
we have a lot of titles.
no, that are specific to this genre, which is, female superhero, young female superhero, slice of life kind of things that are members of much larger things. You understand? Because it seems like this is all the same with different characters within that role. You understand what I'm saying? Because you have Squirrel Girl doing her thing, yet she's part of New Avengers. You have Miss Marvel doing her thing, but she's part of something else. And their solo books seem to be very kind of like indie-esque.
I'm following.
So it seems like this is kind of a model that Marvel is doing right now.
And what started it off? Was it Hawkeye?
Well, yeah.
Hawkeye started off the indie feel, slice of life, still a superhero.
But here's the thing. I think having the female, as the lead started really hitting off with like Batgirl. When Batgirl hit, and then we got that indie art, and we got her doing the indie type stuff. It's like that's kind of what's going on now, and like Marvel is just taking that trope and now redoing it for these different other characters. Like that's why I'm kind of interested to see what
Moon Girl comes out this week.
Going to be like,
Moon Girl.
and what's Patsy Walker's going to be like.
Yep.
Like I want to see. Like I'm surprised there's not a Miss America book coming out.
I think
Chavez book.
Give it time for her, because from Young Avengers, look, where are all those? Well, Really, there is no Young Avengers anymore anyhow, because most of them, we got Wiccan and Hulkling in New Avengers, and she's in Ultimates. So give her time. I think she might get one. I would love to read a miniseries with her.
Actually, I would read if given a good art team and writer, I would actually read an ongoing with her. Like I would love
But
to.
they need to find a hook.
Well, the hook. I think the hook is she needs to try to find where her actual plane of existence is. Remember, if you read those Young Avengers, she was like she had to jump and she left. You know, so I think one of my things would be really cool is like sort of a weird take on the externals, not the externals, the
Eternals?
X-Men Extreme X-Men. Remember the ones?
Going for the diaries?
No,
Okay,
I'm
that
talking
was
about.
extreme.
Remember the second one when they started doing the reality warping ones. What book was that?
Exiles.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ooh, I would read an Exiles book with her.
See, and if she was the one, and she was just kind of like kicking
Stomping
holes,
and then,
and
going
then
through.
going to these, it's trying to find where her parents are. Like I would read a book like that. Then she has to team up with various different
Cosmic people.
various different people that are within that reality that she goes to. You know,
Why don't we pitch that?
no, maybe, but I think that would give her something to do.
Yeah.
You know, and a purpose. Like I want to go home. You know, everyone wants to go home. So that was just something talking about. But again, I'm seeing this trope a lot with the indie female with the quirkiness doing her own thing. Like, and I get it. I just thought that this one in that trope was being done better with Miss Marvel than it was with
Ms. Marvel blows away
Miss
most
Marvel is
of the
really
DC stuff, especially. And I'm curious because we get another Inhuman this week with Moon Girl. So it'll be interesting to see. So Ms. Marvel #1, G. Willow Wilson is the writer. Takashi Miyazawa did the art. I'm very sorry. Adrian Alfona did the art as well for the rest of the book. Ian Herring did the color art, and VC's Joe Carmanga did the lettering. This picks up 8 months after her old one did. She is part of the Avengers, the all-new, all-different Avengers. She's in school, and her boyfriend, or the person she thought was her boyfriend, is seeing someone else.
And I love that those crazy blue things are walking around and they're working in the school. I love that there's weird super science shit going on in the school. It's just I like this world, and I like the artwork fits perfectly with what's going on.
The art is amazing. There's 2 artists on here, but you don't care because it's just a luscious book
That was
to
what was
look
so
at.
weird is even though the artist changed when it went back in time, I was just like, I'm fine with it, totally okay with it. I don't know. It's just like,
Why is Wolverine riding a
I think
flying
it's because saying goodbye because this is
pig
the
thing? I don't get
end.
it.
This is the end of the 8 month. So you find out what's going on
when they
and
all
so-
die? Will
yeah,
die.
exactly. So I think this is kind of this #1 is kind of like this is what happened during the 8 month gap. Now we're going forward. I really believe that this #1 was just kind of a
Catch up.
Yeah, this is where we are now. You know, in going forward. Pow. And I liked it. I thought the artwork was great. I loved the quirkiness of it with the weaponized bullfrog. It was just
Yes,
bizarre shit.
It is a great book that if you want something new and fresh to pick up. Now, The Mighty Thor,
fantastic.
the writer is Jason Aaron, the artist who this man they better not ever let go.
No, I agree 100%.
Russell Dodderman is fantastic. The color artist is Matthew Wilson, who the color in this adds to the book so much. We don't talk much about colorists.
Yeah.
In this Thor book, Matthew Wilson gives us lusciousness. That's twice I've said that. Of Earth, but when they go to, what did you call it? The council?
Yeah, when
You
they were on
get-
Asgard, you get to see the council.
You get a whole nother look to the book, which is just, where is it?
You've right here. Just
Ah.
the first pages.
Love.
right here. Yeah, when all the various counselor members from various different of the from the planets on the world tree are meeting and they're talking about the dark elves killing the light elves,
They are a great team.
and the way that he makes her look
Sick.
with
As Jane Foster with cancer, she looks
and then
pale.
talking about and then talking about how she had to become Thor, but then she's slowly killing herself because when she becomes Thor, it purifies her of all the body, except for the cancer, because the cancer is part of her body.
Right, but when she goes to do the chemo, the body
It's
sees
poison.
is poison. So when she turns to Thor, she's not healing herself at all.
No.
She's going through all this pain for nothing because
Correct.
it just gets burned out. I got to just say, the letter and production is VC's Joe Sabino. Great job for you too. It's this is thick. They packed a lot. You get her in the hospital.
No secondary story.
Oh no, this is all number one. And this page was horrifying. The
dead light elves.
dead elves floating through space and hitting the space station. Just remarkable. Like, I cannot say enough about this book. And then it goes back to her as Jane Foster.
The transformations when she calls Mjolnir and it comes back. It comes back and she like turns into it, and they're like, she flies off, and it's just really good. And I want to know where does the hammer go?
I think it goes back to the place it was on the moon.
No, I think it just flies around.
Just flies around?
Yeah, just flies around, chills out.
I don't think we talked about in
Just flies
Thor's. Did we mention where Ultimate's Thor hammer went?
It landed on the
It
moon.
landed.
On the moon, right?
I don't remember that.
So there can be a secondary Thor.
Who is going to become worthy?
I have no idea.
No, I think Odin's son is going to get Ultimate's hammer.
You think so?
I do. He's probably going to become worthy again. I don't think, and I know a lot of people don't like the fact that Thor's a woman. Well,
yeah, who cares?
It's a great story.
So over that
Uh-huh.
at this point. Like, I want to see her deal with this cancer. I want to see her deal with the double life of being a female Thor. I love seeing the godfather showing up.
Odin does not approve of her, and she's wanted. But the nice thing is,
do you think the All-Mother knows?
yes,
You think she does?
I do.
I
The
do
way
too.
the way they
I do
talked
too.
about it, I think yes. Love. Pick this book up. I know she's going to defeat these guys. And then
the reveal at the end.
Oh, the reveal at the end.
Good to be
I
bad
say it
again.
feels, yeah.
So no, Charles, we did not know why Odin's son is not worthy. It has not been talked
yet.
about.
We don't know what he said.
He
What
probably
Fury said.
Fury probably said you have a baby penis, and he's like, no, I'm not worthy.
I wonder if Thor did something to screw something up, because you know how Thor was always getting into trouble as a youth. I think it's going to go back to that.
Well, think about it. Jason Aaron wrote what was that thing called? What did he write that he told him with Nick Fury and all that? What was that called? That series?
I don't know.
It was one that Jason Aaron wrote it, and
I probably didn't read it.
It was in that series where it's where they stole the Watcher's eyes.
Fear itself.
Yeah, so Jason Aaron wrote.
I tried to write that out
and
or ignore that.
And so that's when Nick Fury told him. So of course, Jason Aaron is a Thor guy, so he must have thought about that for a very long time.
What would his big secret be?
Yeah, because he's written Thor for such a long time now.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine what he said or what he did in the past or something.
Well,
To make Thor be not worthy. But I don't know. It was been an interesting week of comics.
Yeah. So we didn't get to two books. Batman Europa, which Des felt was just kind of meh.
I would have rather and so one of our favorite artists did the artwork, but he did the layouts, but then Jim Lee.
It was really weird.
Jim Lee did the
overlays.
Did the overlays, and it was unnecessary. I would have just had him. He could do a book himself. Why did Jim Lee need to come in and do anything?
Because it's Jim Lee and it's a number one. That's my true thing.
I don't care.
So real quick, I just want to say Batman Europa. It's going to be a miniseries, 4 issues. The story is Matteo Casali and Brian Azzarello. The layouts was Giuseppe Camicoli. I love him. Pencils and finishers was Jim Lee. Colors, Alex Sinclair. And the letter was Pat Brousseau.
I would have rather just had, our guy do it.
Camicoli can do it.
Yeah, have him do it and just be done with it. But whatever.
The only thing I liked about this was the end, the fact that Batman and Joker has to work together.
Exactly. So we'll let you know that we are not going to be having a 0.5 this week due to Thanksgiving. So
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
I just really want to quickly say we only have I'm thankful for all of you listeners. I'm thankful for Des for starting this. I'm thankful for my husband for letting me have this little passion, and for his husband for letting me have him for an hour every Monday.
I'm thankful for Rich and all that as well. And I'm thankful for you. So come and say hi to us on the Geek Chat Facebook group.
The Geek Chat.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Geek Chat.
Geek Chat. Geek Chat. Geek Chat. Geek Chat.